tea room, Monica's. Camera roof 1 is only a couple hundred feet in that direction right there, but we have to go around this way. Deer tracks in the mud. To go to the nut trees, you continue on this path up through here. However, Route 1 is about 100 feet that way, maybe less. This is the back side of the tree that we've been getting all the videos from for the last 2-3 years. And that's camera 1 right there. And this is the camera 1 view. This is the super exciting, never to be equaled camera 1 view. And right behind us, this is our broadside cam, and this is the view of the tree. So Jim has a camera over there, he has one over there, he has one on the dead branch over on the other side of those bushes, he's got one here. He used to have one up on that branch there, and before that half of the tree broke off, he had one up there and he had one up there. So okay, so Here's the camera one view. Now I'm gonna walk to the nut trees from here. It's not the way we would normally go. It's awful muddy, crappy here. Tough walking. There. As you can see, this field all got reclaimed over the winter and the spring, and now there's grass planted. And what I'm going to do now, straight that way where you see the green bushes, that's the cellar hole from the Walter England house right there, just inside those bushes, only maybe 3 feet. So Garrison Hill. And as we turn around here and go into here, we've got the nut trees going down there. And of course we get the field on that side, and over on this side we've got normally I would have come through from that direction, from that point on the path down in the mud that I said I usually go straight on, and come out here and continue this way. I feel a little rain coming. Now, right there is where I used to have a game cam looking out on all this. And some scraping being done right here. Now, here's where we're going to pivot and head east. I believe that this part of the path that Dennis mowed 40 years ago, or whenever it was. Ah, this is wet. We could hear the catbirds. They're never very happy about me coming down through here. If everything continues like normal, we'll have catbirds further up the trail again. Some kind of paw print right there amongst the deer tracks. This came down over the winter from that stump right there. And it makes passage a little bit difficult. I flushed a bunch of partridges out here last week, right from this spot right here. Now, if we continued in that direction, we're only a half a minute, not much more. Probably see the clearing area from one of the houses that recently sold on Ross Road, just right over there. But we're gonna take a left here, and we're going this way. Now, we're not 100% sure, but we think that this rock might be what we called the Giant's Chair, but maybe not. Back in the day. See, here, this is a game trail right here, and as well as a trail going that way. Now, I'm gonna be a little bit quiet here because we're getting near where I got the coyote pup just over there, which is where we're going right now, on video, and Jim heard the coyote pups howling over in the pines. So let's just walk about our business. This is the scene of my turkey dusting holes. Alright, here's one of my cameras right here, which I'm going to come back to in a minute. But the reason why I've got this camera here is because all of this that's beat down right here, that wasn't me. And it wasn't Jim. So the question is, and we hope it's going to answer, is what is it? Now, here is the spot that I've had my new wider angle camera at, and just to show you what this is seeing, we're looking out this way here, but what we got is we have a game trail that goes through here. We have a game trail that goes through, which basically goes around to that other camera that I just showed you. Then forward here, we have a trail that goes right down through here into the bushes there. And then the main trail goes right up through here. This is all kind of grown in. Last year this was like open, and that was like a tunnel over there. So we're hoping that this wide angle gives us a little more perspective what's going on. I'm gonna shut this off and change the cards. Okay, both cameras have been changed and we're on our way back out. All right, now we're gonna continue to the brook. Show you where we are. Right there is where my turkey holes were, and down there is the rock and the path come from. But we're going this way. Every year this trip gets tougher and tougher because it's getting more grown in. 3 years ago, this was practically clear all the way over here. Okay. We've tried for some action on this stone wall before, but haven't had all that much luck. But we only gave it a half-hearted try 2 years ago. But just to have a look. The nut trees are over in that direction, and they run down to the corner over there, and then the field comes here. The rock that I showed earlier is directly in that direction, right there. And we're gonna go through this hole in the wall. I should say hole in the barbed wire. That's basically why we started using this. Although we're not responsible for the hole. The hole was here when we got here. And so, out here, got the field, greenhouses, and we're headed in this direction. Okay, there's where we came through the stone wall, and we're headed in this direction. Now, somewhere up on this hill is where Brother Dennis shot his first deer, where he first got lucky. So I think I'm somewhere near the spot, because if I went back any further I'd be behind the hill, but it has to be way up here because he shot it way down there, and as the story goes, it was the longest shot known to man. And I'll say he's lucky for one thing, and that he didn't have a single shot action there. So anyhow, we're going down there. Now, for those in the know, right straight over the hill in the woods over there is the old car, and that's just about where we're gonna make a left down the hill. But I want to point this little bit out right here. Now, something's been making a job of this right here. If it wasn't laying down so far and wide here, I'd say that some turkeys had a little spot here, because it was only right up in there that they made one hell of a dusting hole one year. But this isn't showing those signs. And this might be worth putting a camera on. Although, as what happens quite often is the action has already happened, and whatever did it has moved on. Just like we're gonna do. And continue in that direction right there. I think it's time to hay this field. All right, I gotta get over this drainage ditch. I think this is the spot. Yep. Now, as we go down here, I want to point out that old wooden platform in that pine tree right there. I remember when all of that was open territory a long, long time ago. We got 3 more cameras to swap out. The first of which is right over the hill, over and down the hill. Now that old car right there has been a landmark since, I don't know, late 50s, very early 60s. We're going down here. And there's the brook right there. We're gonna go left on this little tributary. Don't amount to much. On a dry year, this would be dry. But I got a camera up here a bit. Yeah, there's some fairly fresh deer prints. Now, one of the things here is you get to see big ones like that and little ones like that. Big ones like that and little ones like that. So we have high hopes of having something good on this camera. The number of frogs that jump off into that swamp down there is a great blue heron's dream. Now there's my camera, and there's a pretty fresh hoof prints right here, but I don't see any young ones yet. Okay, so I'm gonna swap out this card and we'll see what this camera has picked up for us. Okay, we've swapped the cards out on this one. Now we're actually on the home stretch. Every step we take after we turn right here is a step closer to home. There's another damn frog down there. Okay. I don't like going up this hill just like that, but it's got to be done. It is very good. So I bought this hat so that when I'm climbing this hill, and hills just like it, I don't have the big brim from a baseball cap hiding what's up the top of the hill and what's in the trees. All right, we're headed for the trail that's behind that pine over there. Okay, we're about to really enter the last path home, and see where we are. That's the big hill we came down earlier with the greenhouses over behind it. The old car is down the hill in that corner. The camera that we just changed the card in is down that hill. And we got another train coming. Okay, the brook is right down there. We're gonna go away from the brook down this path, but we'll catch up with it further down. With all these pushovers and stuff, broken off bushes and everything, I always thought this was good Bigfoot territory. I'm gonna make a quick turn here. If you remember, when I was up in the field, I was stepping across a couple of drainage gullies, and this is where one of those, the big one, comes down. The other spot is up in the woods up there. Now, we're not really very far in a straight line from where those cameras, my wide angle camera and everything, is at, going in that direction. But it's a tough walk up through there, believe me. Anyway, that stick right there is where in years past I've had some cameras, and I probably should kick myself in the ass for not having one there now. But I didn't see any footprints in that silt and mud on that runoff. Of course, when I do see them, then it's too late. But that's the way we're going this summer. All right, we're actually getting so that we're starting to hear the traffic from Route 4. It's still a distance away, but that Route 4 traffic is a constant out here. Okay, we're getting to another fork in the road. Now, that's the way we're going to be going out of there, but for the moment we've got to go this way. One of my places where I don't now have a camera at the moment, because I stole it to put it up the other place, is right down there. But today we're going to the 2 cameras that I do have down here at this semi-clear spot on the brook. Oh man, it's grown up quite a bit in the last week. Got one camera here and one there. I really should have one of those two over here, but as Jim would say, I was chasing a bobcat. So, all right, I'm gonna set this down a bit while I swap the cards. Okay, we just changed these cards in these two cameras and we're on our way out of here right now. Pull some of these grass out here. Stop some of that. All right. All right, we're coming back out to that little fork. All right, we came from that way and we're going that way. Almost out of here. These fucking picky bushes. Actually good raspberries. They're all coming. Okay, we're out on Ross Road. Just for quick reference, that first two cameras that I swapped out, the wide angle, we were hoping to get rabbits and coyotes. It's about a 4-minute walk in back of that house. And there's the old Gaudette homestead. Okay. Right there is where we started the safari. So I'm gonna shut this off now. If I run into a bear or a mountain lion, I'll turn it back on. Meanwhile, we're done.